Biden warns in federal address that an oligarchy of ultra rich in the U.S. threatens future of democracy. That's right, guys, and welcome to the channel. That's right. Biden warns in federal address that an oligarchy of ultra rich in U.S. threatens future of democracy. President Biden used his farewell address to the nation Wednesday to deliver stark warnings about an oligarchy of the ultra wealthy taking root in the country and the tech industrial complex that is infringing on America's rights and of the future of democracy. Speaking from the Oval Office as he prepares to hand over power Monday to President elect Donald Trump, Biden seized what is likely to be his final opportunity to address the country before he departs the White House to spotlight the accumulation of power and wealth in the U.S. among just a small few. Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that really threatens our entire democracy, our basic rights and freedoms, and a fair shot for everyone to get ahead. All right, guys, let's take a look at this clip and see what our farewell president has to say.
Joe Biden's farewell snooze and slur fest made it seem like President-elect Trump is ditching America's middle class because of all his support from big business. The two are not mutually exclusive, you old man.
No,
soon
man.
to be former president even got a new saying, and soon enough, you're going to hear this from every Democrat.
Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy, our basic rights and freedoms, and a fair shot for everyone to get ahead.
An oligarchy is beginning to take shape in America, and you can see it by looking at the incoming Trump administration.
Let's welcome Auto Workers for Trump 2024 founder, Brian Pannebacker. Brian, always terrific to see you. Puts a smile on my face. Brian, they are just mad that not only did working men and women turn their backs on Joe Biden and the Democrats, but big businessmen and entrepreneurs have too. So now they're going to call them names, just like they did the deplorables and the hayseeds and the hicks and the rednecks and all the rest of us. That's what they're doing.
I think it's funny that some people out there want to talk about Trump supporters and MAGA. I guess MAGA, if you consider yourself MAGA, you're probably a little bit more, I would say, like, you're more hardcore, I guess. You're more of a hardcore Trump supporter than just saying you're a Trump supporter when you say you're MAGA. But yeah, they can make up all kinds of names for the Republicans, the Trump supporters, MAGA, deplorables, and all kinds of stuff like that. But then they want to talk about how they're the party of decency and that we're, that MAGA and Trump supporters are bad people.
Well, Biden wasn't calling Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg oligarchs when they were donating hundreds of millions of dollars to his campaign. But now that they've given some money to the Trump inaugural committee, all of a sudden they've turned into oligarchs. The only oligarchy that we fear as working men and women is the oligarchy that's formed in our federal government. And Donald Trump is going to Washington, D.C. to tear that oligarchy down next Monday.
We will see.
The goal of just about every American, anybody who's reasonable, is to get ahead in life. Maybe you don't become the millionaire or billionaire. Maybe you're working up in Romeo. Maybe you're at an assembly plant. Maybe you're in Mount Holly. You know where these plants are. Chicago Assembly, wherever it happens to be. And I've been to most of these plants that Ford has out there. And these are people, hardworking Americans, many of them veterans, who just want to take care of their kids, their families, and if they make it, they tend to give back. Biden seems like he wants to take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, half the things that come out of Joe Biden's mouth are flat out lies. And I did rallies out in front of different auto plants all summer long. And I can tell you, because I spoke to those workers, those UAW members on a weekly basis at Ford plants, GM plants, and Chrysler plants. And I know how many of them were voting for Donald Trump. And it wasn't 40%, it was more like 60%. We voted for Donald Trump because he's going to support us and stick up for us and stop plants from being moved by the companies, by the leaders of those companies, to other countries. The UAW wasn't stopping them. Donald Trump's going to have to step in with tariffs and other means and stop Stellantis in particular from moving their production south of the border. So I'm working with Donald Trump right now behind the scenes to get some whistleblower information to him, and we're going to stop Stellantis from moving their production to Mexico when the contract expires.
Brian, we were talking about the oligarchs and the new oligarchy that the Democrats have conjured up. Do you, real quick, do you trust, say, a Mark Zuckerberg or a Jeff Bezos? No. Are they just, throwing some money into at President Trump's inauguration just to make sure that they get what they want?
That's exactly what they're doing, Dagan. I don't trust them any further than I could throw them. And what they're afraid right now. They're scared. Yes. Bezos and Zuckerberg. That's why they're giving money to Trump. That's why they're donating to his inaugural committee. That's why they're playing nice. Now, I welcome the 180 that Mark Zuckerberg has done. The shadow banning that I've endured on Facebook has pretty much kept my group from being as effective as we could be. But so I welcome that he's not going to shadow ban me anymore, and I'm not going to be getting censored as much. But to call them oligarchs all of a sudden is just another Joe Biden scare tactic. And, when they were on his side, like I said, when they were donating hundreds of millions of dollars to his campaign last year, he wasn't calling them oligarchs. So Biden is just trying to blow everything up on his way out of town so as hard as he possibly can on the incoming administration.
You got it right on the money. Now we're joined by former Democrat. I love saying that. And
former Democrats. Yeah, Biden, he's spewing stuff out of his mouth. He don't even know what he's talking about. Yeah, that is the craziest thing ever. Guys, this should be an interesting 4 years. I think that we can just work through the noise and get some good stuff done.
Air Force veteran Lydia Dominguez. Lydia, thanks for joining us. Let's get right to it. Former Democrat, Air Force veteran, thank you for your service.
Yes.
Where are you today on the Democrats and Joe Biden?
Thank you so much. It was my true honor to serve. Where am I? I couldn't stop envisioning when he was looking at his watch when my brothers and sisters in arms had passed away in Afghanistan during the absolute trashed debacle they had. And I couldn't stop imagining him doing that. So that's where we are. It's a disgrace what he's done to this country. It's a disgrace what he's done to our service members like myself who love this country, who came from another country. I was born in Mexico, came here and served my country, and to had the heavy hand of the federal government come after us to take the COVID-19 vaccine. A lot of service members like myself were reprimanded and pushed out of the military. And so I have a very sour taste in my mouth with with the Biden administration. I am excited about the Trump administration. Yeah. I'm truly excited for everything he's got going on.
Come on.
And,
are you lying to us?
I have a super sour taste in my mouth over the Biden administration.
Yeah, everybody's got a super sour taste.
Here, under a Pete Hegseth SecDef, those veterans get to come back if they want to. Those people that were thrown out of the military.
Yeah.
Back pay.
Beautiful.
Yep. Yeah. Amen to that.
That's right. I am so excited.
Yep. Thank you both for your service, and you both make me and David proud to be Americans. Thank you so much, Lydia and Brian.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Sure hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.